Cheese is like alchemy. You're taking a liquid product that before we developed the enzymes would actually make us very sick, and then created it to something that is solid and, wasn't perishable, could last in your pocket for a week. And so it is just magic, really. Hi, I'm Wendy, and it's cheese time.
Nestled in a hub of fine foods in Albion in Brisbane, Wendy Downs moulds her cheeses, quite literally, using the French art of affinage. But her passion for this produce had a humble beginning.
I grew up in northern New South Wales, which is traditionally very much a dairy community. Our parents wanted to be able to pretty much eat and live off what we grew on the farm. I used to do the morning milk before I went to school. Mum would make amazing ice cream and butter. We weren't very wealthy, but we definitely ate really, really well. Oh, I love the smell in here. This is where I've come home. When I was in Europe is where I guess I became a cheese lover. I lived 4 years in London and we had an opportunity to, taste some of these amazing and unique cheeses. That's where I really first understand cheese and the alchemy of how you can take milk and make it something so delicious and so savoury and so reflecting of the place of where it's made.
At the time, Wendy had a career as a town planner, a far cry from being a cheesemonger. But as fate would have it, she was exactly where she needed to be.
When we came back to Australia, I was working on the first South East Queensland Regional Plan. We were pretty much stopping most of the subdivision of land in the rural areas. All the farmers were saying, well, you're taking away our superannuation. We haven't managed to earn a living being a farmer, and now you're taking any opportunity of us to retire comfortably. And it really got me thinking is how can people do something that's so important, like produce food for us to eat, and not be valued enough to even earn an income? And so all that started me thinking as well, how can we get people to appreciate what we have more? And the best way to do it is to add value. And one great way of adding value to milk is make cheese. We usually stash the Tintin bars for about almost 6 weeks before we release them after we pick them up from you. Just so we can get that perfect ooze factor.
And that's why it's good buying cheese from someone like you, because you do that,
I really realised what I loved, probably more than cheese making, was the actual finishing, the maturation phase. Maturation is a bit of like art and science. It's like raising a child. You sort of got to listen to the cheese and work with it to get that end result that everyone wants to eat. I couldn't really learn too much more here, so then I found a course that's run once a year in France, and that was just like probably the best holiday I've ever had. I came home, built a cave in the garage and started playing straight away. Super creamy, and it is starting to get some complexity there. I still think it needs a couple of months, but I'm really happy with how that's maturing. We in Australia are so lucky. We have an opportunity for our animals to graze outside all year round. We have clean air, we have clean water, which is more than most people in other places of the world. So I came back thinking there is no reason why we shouldn't be able to be making amazing cheeses here in Australia. So the Cheeseboard started out life as me playing in a cave and doing the cheese education. I wanted it to be, handmade and local. I want it to be Australian. I want it to be a place where, people can come and learn about the product, not only about how it tastes and what it pairs with, but also about how it was made and who made it and what the animals are called. And I really wanted to provide that connection between the cheesemaker and the consumer.
Oh my God,
it just keeps giving,
Funky's the right word.
When you have an amazing cheese, it's nice just to stop and think about it. But then the best thing is about talking about it and watching others enjoy it. And as a cheesemonger, being able to watch that joy on people's face when they try a cheese they like is really, really special. We all respect a butcher and a fishmonger, and getting cheesemonger as a respectable trade as well has been a journey I didn't realise I would go on, but I loved.
For any cheese-related needs, you can find Wendy at the Cheeseboard online.